What's up guys, my name is Brittany Wilson. I just graduated from the University of Denver and this year I signed my first professional soccer contract with the Orlando Pride. I was signed for the NWSL Challenge Cup, but as some of you may know now, the Orlando Pride, my team had to withdraw from the tournament due to positive coronavirus cases on our team. Obviously this was super heartbreaking. It was hard for my first year, but I also feel for, the girls who have been here for a long time, who have families, so there are a lot of different hardships going on with this. But I am still so excited for the teams competing in the NWSL Challenge Cup, and I hope that you guys are watching at home. I'm going to be watching every game here. If you're watching this, when I was younger I didn't realize how important watching games and analyzing the breakdowns of movements or actions from players in my position. And so while you're watching these games, I challenge you to pick a player that's in your position, see all the things that went right, that went wrong, and see what you would do in that position and see what you can learn from these players, because the NWSL players are some of the best in the world, so it's really cool to be able to watch them now. You can stream all the games on CBS All Access, and I think you can get it for around $5.99 a month. So for the cost of 1 or 2 coffees, you can watch all these amazing soccer games and really learn so much from these women playing. So I'm gonna start by breaking down the opening match between North Carolina Courage and the Portland Thorns. This was such a good game, and there was a lot of goalkeeping actions in this game that were really helpful to break down and learn from the playing styles of both goalkeepers, but also both teams, and what created success in this game. Also, one more thing, I'm here to learn too, so if there's anything I say that you disagree with or any points that you want to make, please comment them down below. This is a great learning experience for you, but it is for me as well, so that's why I'm watching. I hope we can learn together and get better. Let's start with the goals. Okay, the first goal from the Courage comes from a counterattack. The Courage is super strong in their pressing and counterattacking, and that's what a lot of their opportunities came from today. The ball was given away initially at half field. A direct ball was played outside to Mace. The left back on the Thorns was caught out because this was a quick counter. Because of this, Mace had plenty of time to look up, find Dabinia, who was actually one of the only players in the box at the time, but Dabinia does well to attack this and finish it well. My goalkeeper analysis for Bella is that, it was a hard ball to deal with and it was a very direct ball, great finish, but it looks like Bella was a step or two too low, too close to her line. I think because of the width of the ball initially, she could be 1 or 2 steps out, which gives her a much better chance at coming and claiming that ball, or at least punching it away from danger. I also think communication is key here because Dabinia is the only dangerous player in the box really at that time. Communication to get really touch tight on her, make sure she doesn't have that penetrating run, or at least bump her so she doesn't have such a direct line to the ball. Overall, great finish, great goal. Second goal comes moments later from the Thorns. This starts off a throw. I think it's important to note that 2 goals came off throw-ins in this game, and it's really important to be switched on throws, be disciplined, and be touch tight. This ball bounces around a bit, there are a few missed clearances, one goes into the middle of the pitch, and the Thorns are able to capitalize. It's a great ball into the box, makes the goalkeeper make a decision. Lindsay goes up, gets a head on it, forces Steph into a reaction save, ends up hitting the post, bouncing in, and Charlie finishes. I think there's a chance that this ball could have been cleared off the line by Courage's defense, but it's a hard place for it to land. My goalkeeper analysis is that Steph made a great decision to drop back, get set, but it looks like she may have just been a little late in her balance and set reacting to this ball. It's a tough ball to react to, but she doesn't get a ton of power on it, so possibly if she's just set and a little more balanced, she's able to get more push to get this over the bar. The game winner from the Courage starts on a throw. There's a great build-up. Mewis is able to be free on that right side again. Courage was really strong attacking from crosses and getting the ball out wide. Again, she had plenty of time to look up and she had way more options in this instance. Lynn Williams did a good job of stepping away and coming back and attacking this ball, and it was such a well-placed finish. My goalkeeper analysis is that Bella was actually in a much better spot on this cross. If you can see, she's at least 1 or 2 steps off her line, gives her a better chance to get there. And her footwork across the goal was good. She does a quick crossover step and able to get balanced. I think if she gets set at least 1 or 2 steps earlier, even though she's further away from the ball, it might give her a better chance in saving this because she'll be more balanced and she won't be going backwards as much. Overall, again, great finish, really, really hard to react to. We're going to start with Steph, who's a North Carolina Courage goalkeeper. The Thorns were actually really dangerous on set plays, corner kicks, free kicks. Here's an example of a free kick. Everyone's set out right outside the box, and it's an easy claim for Steph and a good distribution. The next is another free kick attempt. Lindsay Horan gets a head on it, but Steph does really well to stay and react in this situation. Lindsay's often getting in behind, getting head on it, and Steph just stands her ground. Again, similar attempt. Lindsay gets on it again, and Steph gets a little bit of a luck from the post. Sometimes you need that bit of luck from a goalkeeper, but as you can see, Thorns really dangerous getting in behind. This one is more direct play from the Thorns. As you see, they get it up down the right side. Here, Steph does really well to get in a good spot and get 2 hands on it. My only thing is just because they're so dangerous on corners, if you're able to get 2 hands on it, depending on the pace, if you're able to hold it, that's the best case. This is why Portland is pretty dangerous on corners, but this is why second phase is so important. North Carolina was able to get their lineup really quick and get an offsides call. So before I go over Steph's distribution, this is a really good example of how North Carolina likes to play direct. This is one of their best chances, which came out from a clearance in the back. It just shows you how quickly they can get out. The next example is Steph playing direct out of the back. I feel like North Carolina played a lot more out of the back than the Thorns did, but you can see how successful they are with playing direct. Here's an example of her being able to find that release even while being pressed to her right. It's a really good pass. Here's a good example of a central pass. She's able to lay her off a really nice ball. One touch ball. Just another example of how important it is to be able to play in one touch. Here's an example of her being pressed again. I don't know if she can put her foot on it and go back the other way, but they do a good job to press her out to this side. Another example of her distribution. This time she creates the space in order for her to be able to clear it here in tight pressure. And I'll just end with this. Such good confidence on the ball. Alright, we're going to be talking about Bella, the goalkeeper for the Thorns. This was her debut, and honestly, she played so great. She had a lot of game-changing saves, and she stood really big in there against this team. This was the first shot. This was the save of the match. I think Bella did a great job of getting balance, getting push out of her near leg. You could tell she really got set and was balanced for the shot, even though Lynn Williams was pretty tricky in there, and it looks like it almost took a little bit of a touch off her defender as well, so she was able to quickly shift back the other way. Really good job. Again, very similar instance. You'll see a lot of these in this game. Lynn cuts inside. Bella was able to stay big again, get a touch on this. I think a strength of Bella's here was that even though Lynn is really, really crafty, I think she was able to stay calm, cover her near post really well, stay big. Obviously, she's got a 6-foot frame, so that helps, but she stayed balanced and was able to make saves like these all day. Again, similar instance. No, this is not a replay. This is another chance by Lynn Williams going down the left flank. Ball goes out, and Bella again stays big, covers that near post, and makes a foot save. Finally, Bella came up big on corners. She was really brave, especially in this instance. She had great vision, being able to see through these players, stay big, and hold on to this ball. As you can see, the ball was played to the near post. She made the decision, came through, and held on to it. It was a great. Now we're going to go over Bella's distribution. Overall, the Thorns and Bella rarely played out of the back. She has a really strong leg, which is a huge strength of hers to get the ball down the field. But when they do play out of the back, they did find a ton of strength. They've got Sinclair and Lindsay Horan in the midfield, and they're able to get out. So that is also a strength of theirs. But again, they rarely played out of the back. Here's Bella calm under pressure, finding a good outlet pass there, and they're able to build out of the back. This is an example of Bella's long distribution. It gets way down the field, but North Carolina is so strong in the air, they usually get it right back down. This results in Bella having to make a save, but she stands her ground, is really balanced, and cuts the angle here, makes a really good save. I hope you guys learned something today. I know I learned a ton from breaking down these plays and watching these incredible women. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you guys want to see or to be discussed about these games in the future. There's a ton of games coming up, so again, I hope you can watch, follow along, and I hope this was helpful. See you soon.